Do you know how to use your time wisely? I'm sure that 90% of people don't. Only those who have achieved a lot in their lives know for sure. For example, our parents wake up so early and manage to do so much before 10 a.m. while we are just waking up. Oh no, I didn't count the time again. Tick, tick, tick. That's the sound of your life, slipping away, 1 second at a time. Time is the one thing every human being has in common. It's the great equalizer. The billionaire, the athlete, the artist, the student, all begin their day with the same 24 hours. No more, no less. But how we use those hours, that's what separates those who live with purpose from those who simply exist. This audiobook, How to Spend Your Time Wisely, isn't about schedules or to-do lists. It's about philosophy. It's about learning how to treat time like the sacred currency it is. Because when you learn to master your time, you don't just get more done, you reclaim your life. So before we begin, take a deep breath. Think about where your time has gone lately. The hours spent scrolling, waiting, hesitating. The moments you gave away to distractions that added nothing to your purpose. Now imagine something different. Imagine a life where every hour counts, where every day moves you forward, where your time works for you, not against you. That life is possible. And it starts right here. Chapter 1. Time, your most precious asset. You can earn money. You can replace possessions. But once time is gone, it's gone forever. Every second that passes is a piece of your life that you'll never get back. Think about that. Every scroll, every delay, every "I'll do it later," it costs you something you can never reclaim. Most people treat time as if it's infinite. They act as though there's always more of it waiting somewhere in the distance. But there isn't. One day, the clock will stop ticking for all of us. And when it does, what will matter isn't how long we lived. It's how well we lived. You don't have to fear time. You just have to respect it. Because when you respect time, you respect life itself. So let's make this real. From this moment on, consider yourself the CEO of your time. Every second is an investment. Every choice you make either appreciates in value or depreciates. Ask yourself right now, where is your time going? What are you getting in return? Are you investing it in your growth, your peace, your future? Or are you spending it on distractions that leave you empty? Here's the truth. You can't manage time until you first master attention, because your time flows where your attention goes. That's why awareness is your greatest weapon. Once you become conscious of where your time goes, you gain the power to direct it. Time mastery begins with a single question. Is this moving me closer to who I want to become? If the answer is no, it's not worth your time. Punchline. Time doesn't slip away. You trade it away. Chapter 2. The exchange rate of life. Every moment you live is an exchange. You give a piece of your limited existence for whatever you're doing right now. Scrolling social media? You're trading your life for pixels. Arguing over things that don't matter? You're trading your peace for validation. Every action has a price, and time is the currency. So the question becomes, are you getting a fair deal? When you realize that every hour of your life is an investment, everything changes. You stop saying, "I don't have time." Because the truth is, you do have time. You're just choosing to spend it elsewhere. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. Because you understand that perfection is the enemy of progress. And you stop living like time is unlimited. Because you know that it's not. Let's make this simple. Your calendar is your compass. If someone looked at how you spend your day, would they see your priorities or your distractions? If your goals aren't reflected in your schedule, then they're not goals, they're wishes. Your time reveals your truth. It shows what you value, even when your words say otherwise. Remember, show me your schedule, and I'll show you your future. When you begin to see time as sacred, you stop wasting it on temporary pleasures and start investing it in permanent progress. And that's the moment your life begins to shift. Chapter 3. The Trap of Someday. Someday is the most dangerous word in the human language. Someday, I'll start my business. Someday I'll get fit. Someday I'll call that person I miss. But someday never comes, because someday is a disguise for fear, a way to feel safe while standing still. The truth? You don't need more time. You need more courage. Courage to take action. Courage to prioritize what matters. Courage to stop waiting for the right conditions and start creating them. Here's a harsh reality. There will never be a perfect time. There will only ever be now. Now is when you have control. Now is when you can choose differently. Now is when you can break free from the endless cycle of delay. If you keep waiting for the right time, you'll wake up one day and realize you've waited your life away. So here's your call to action. Trade someday for today. Trade later for now. Trade hesitation for action. Because the longer you wait to start, the longer you wait to live. Punchline: your future self is begging you to start now. Chapter 4. The invisible cost of wasted time. The tragedy of wasted time isn't what you lose. It's what you never get to become. Every hour you spend on distractions isn't just lost productivity, it's lost potential. It's the book you never wrote, the business you never built, the version of yourself you never met. When you waste time, you don't just lose hours, you lose opportunities. That's the quiet cost most people ignore. And here's what's even more powerful. You don't need to be perfect to use your time wisely. You just need to be intentional. You can't control every moment, but you can decide what direction your time flows in, toward growth or stagnation, toward progress or regret. Every decision is a vote for the kind of future you want. So be careful what you're voting for. If you spend your days reacting instead of creating, you're letting life control you instead of leading it. But when you take ownership of your time, when you decide what matters and stick to it, you become unstoppable. Because control of time is control of destiny. Remember, the cost of wasted time is the life you never lived. As we continue, you'll learn how to reclaim that time, how to set boundaries, focus your energy, and align every hour with your higher purpose. Because the truth is simple. You don't need more hours in the day. You just need to start living like the ones you already have matter. Chapter 5. The value of a single hour. Let's pause for a moment and talk about something most people never consider. The true value of a single hour. Think about it. What can happen in just 1 hour? You can make a life-changing decision. You can start a new habit. You can have a conversation that redirects your future. You can choose to finally take action. But most people waste that same hour scrolling through endless distractions, complaining, or procrastinating, as if they'll get another chance at it tomorrow. Here's the truth. Every single hour has the power to transform your life, but only if you choose to use it intentionally. One focused hour of deep work can do more for your future than 10 hours of distracted busyness. 1 hour of reflection can give you more clarity than a week of confusion. 1 hour of courage can open doors that fear kept closed for years. You see, time doesn't just measure life, it shapes it. And every hour you waste on what doesn't matter steals time from what does. So, let me ask you a question. What if you started treating every hour of your life like it was worth $1,000? Would you still spend it the same way? If you wouldn't throw away money, then stop throwing away time. Because time is wealth, and the way you spend it reveals how much you value your future. Remember, an hour wasted isn't just time lost, it's potential erased. Chapter 6. Busy is not productive. There's a dangerous illusion in our world today, the illusion of busyness. People walk around proud to say, "I'm busy." But busy doesn't mean effective. Busy doesn't mean fulfilled. Busy doesn't even mean productive. Busy often means distracted. Busy means reactive. Busy means you're filling time instead of using it. True productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. You could fill your entire day with low-value activities, checking emails, scrolling social media, chasing validation, and still feel empty at night. Because deep down, you know you didn't move the needle on what truly matters. Here's the shift. Stop asking, "How much can I get done today?" Start asking, "What's the most important thing I can do today?" If you master that one principle, you'll outperform 99% of people who confuse motion for progress. Remember, busyness is the enemy of meaning. Time doesn't reward activity. It rewards intention. When you focus on fewer things that matter, your results multiply. So don't aim to fill your days. Aim to fulfill them. Chapter 7. The Compass of Priority. Every person has the same 24 hours. The difference between success and stagnation lies in what we prioritize. Your priorities are the compass of your life. They determine your direction long before your results ever appear. If your priority is comfort, you'll seek easy paths and get easy results. If your priority is growth, you'll choose hard paths and earn lasting success. The challenge isn't knowing what matters. It's having the courage to protect it. Your time will always be under attack. People, notifications, noise, all fighting for your attention. And if you don't guard it, they'll steal it. Every yes to something unimportant is a no to something vital. So be ruthless with your time. Don't be afraid to say no. No to distractions. No to unnecessary obligations. No to people who drain your energy. Because your life depends on what you say yes to. And the moment you begin living by your priorities, you stop being a passenger in your life and start being the driver. Remember, your priorities define your power. Chapter 8. The Distraction. Economy. We live in the noisiest time in human history. Every second, your attention is being hunted by advertisers, algorithms, and endless content. The modern world profits from your distraction because the more distracted you are, the less focused, productive, and fulfilled you become. And here's the irony. We think we're in control of our time, but in reality, our attention is constantly being manipulated. You check your phone for a minute and lose an hour. You open one tab and open 10 more. You start watching one video and forget what you were doing. Distraction has become a digital addiction, and every moment spent lost in it is a moment you can never get back. Here's the truth. Focus is the new superpower. In a distracted world, those who can control their attention will control their destiny. You don't have to abandon technology. You just have to reclaim control of how you use it. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Schedule your social media time. Protect your morning like it's sacred. Because if you don't guard your focus, someone else will gladly consume it. Remember, if you don't control your attention, someone else will. Chapter 9. The Discipline of Scheduling. A schedule isn't a prison. It's freedom. People think routines limit creativity, but the opposite is true. Structure creates stability, and stability allows creativity to thrive. When you plan your day with intention, you reduce chaos. You know exactly what deserves your time and what doesn't. Here's the secret. Discipline isn't about control. It's about clarity. It's not about being rigid. It's about being purposeful. Your schedule should reflect your values. If you say health is important, your schedule should show time for exercise. If you say relationships matter, your calendar should include connection. If you say growth is your goal, your week should include learning. Without a plan, your time will always belong to someone else. So take back control. Start planning your hours like your future depends on them, because it does. Remember, a disciplined schedule is the foundation of freedom. As we move into the next part, you'll learn how to design your time intentionally, not just with discipline, but with deep alignment to your purpose. Because success isn't about filling time, it's about giving it meaning. Chapter 10. The Morning Mirror. The way you start your day often decides how it ends. If you win your morning, you win your time. If you waste your morning, you chase the day instead of leading it. Let's be honest. The first hour of your day is sacred, yet most people give it away. They wake up and instantly reach for their phone. Before their mind has even had a chance to breathe, they're already reacting. To news, to messages, to noise. You see, Your morning isn't just a part of your day. It's your mirror. It reflects your priorities, your energy, your mindset. When you spend your first moments in distraction, you're training your mind to be scattered for the rest of the day. But when you spend your first moments with intention, reflecting, moving, breathing, planning, you align your mind before the world has a chance to misalign it. A powerful morning doesn't require perfection. It requires presence. Here's a simple truth. Your mornings are your foundation, and no skyscraper can stand tall without one. Remember, the morning doesn't make the day. It defines it. Chapter 11. Energy management, not just time management. You don't just manage time. You manage energy. Because what good is a full schedule if you're running on empty? You might have 8 hours available, but if your energy is low, your time is worthless. Every task doesn't deserve your best energy. The mistake most people make is giving their most productive hours to their least meaningful work. Your energy is not infinite, so you must protect it the way the wealthy protect their assets. If you don't rest, your focus dies. If you don't recover, your clarity fades. If you don't recharge, your creativity collapses. Take time to pause, to breathe, to reflect. Because rest is not laziness, it's preparation. When you manage your energy with intention, you move from exhaustion to elevation. You stop surviving the day and start leading it. Remember, you don't need more hours. You need more energy in the hours you have. Chapter 12. The power of saying no. Let's talk about a skill that can change your life. The courage to say no. Every yes has a cost. When you say yes to everything, you say no to your priorities. The reason most people feel overworked, overwhelmed, and underfulfilled isn't because they have too little time. It's because they've given too much of it away. Learning to say no isn't selfish. It's self-respect. Every hour you give to something meaningless is an hour stolen from something that matters. If you don't protect your time, people will spend it for you. They'll fill your calendar with their priorities, and you'll be left wondering where your own life went. So from now on, let your yes mean something. Say yes only when your soul agrees. Say yes only when it aligns with your values, your goals, your purpose. And when it doesn't, say no with grace, but with firmness. Because you can't build a focused life on endless obligations. Remember, every no to distraction is a yes to destiny. Chapter 13. Time and relationships. Time spent with the right people is never wasted. But time given to the wrong ones can drain the life out of you. Relationships shape your destiny more than you realize. Because energy is contagious. Mindsets are contagious. Habits are contagious. If you spend time with people who talk about growth, you grow. If you spend time with people who complain, you decay. You are not obligated to stay where your peace is disturbed. Protect your time from people who waste it. The most successful and fulfilled people on this planet are intentional about their circle. They know that time is too short to spend explaining your worth to people who refuse to see it. Choose relationships that multiply your energy, not drain it. Choose people who challenge you to level up, not stay small. And remember, the greatest relationship you'll ever have is with your own mind. Because when you learn to enjoy your own company, you'll never chase temporary distractions again. Remember, who you give your time to determines who you become. Chapter 14. The danger of comfort. Comfort feels good, but it kills progress. Your mind loves routine, familiarity, and ease. But growth lives in discomfort. If you spend your time avoiding struggle, you'll spend your life avoiding growth. The most disciplined people in the world aren't superhuman. They're simply willing to do what's uncomfortable because they know that's where transformation hides. The gym is uncomfortable. Discipline is uncomfortable. Patience is uncomfortable. But so is regret. And the difference is, discipline hurts now, regret hurts forever. So don't waste your time chasing comfort. Chase challenge, chase mastery, chase that uneasy feeling that tells you you're expanding. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that the discomfort you resisted was the bridge to the life you wanted. Remember, comfort steals what courage could have built. Chapter 15. The value of boredom. Silence. Boredom. Stillness. We avoid these things like they're the enemy. But what if they're the secret weapon? In boredom, creativity blooms. In silence, clarity emerges. In stillness, wisdom speaks. The problem is, most people can't sit still anymore. They fill every empty space with noise, scrolling, texting, distracting, escaping. But great thinkers, artists, and leaders throughout history understood the power of solitude. They knew that when you stop feeding your mind with noise, you finally hear your own thoughts. You don't have to meditate for hours. You just need to give your mind a break, to step away, to breathe, to think. Because time spent in reflection isn't time wasted. It's time invested. Remember, silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. As we move forward, we'll explore how to build habits that protect your time, how to break cycles of procrastination, and how to turn your daily routine into a masterpiece of focus and fulfillment. Chapter 16. The cost of procrastination. Every minute you delay your dreams, they decay. Procrastination isn't harmless. It's silent theft. It doesn't just steal your time, it steals your momentum. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow is a myth. It doesn't exist. When you postpone, you train your brain to associate effort with fear. And that habit, that tiny, seemingly innocent delay, becomes a mental prison. You lose confidence, you lose rhythm, you lose trust in your own word. Because procrastination is more than a time problem, it's a self-respect problem. Every time you delay what matters, you're sending your mind a message that your goals aren't worth the effort, that you're not capable. That comfort is more important than commitment. But here's the truth. Starting is always harder than continuing. The energy you waste overthinking could have already built something by now. Action creates clarity. Motion creates motivation. Don't wait to feel ready. Start so you become ready. Momentum doesn't come from thought. It comes from movement. You don't need a massive plan. You just need to begin. Because the second you start, resistance loses power. Remember, procrastination kills more dreams than failure ever will. Chapter 17. Time is your teacher. Every season of your life is a classroom. And time is the greatest teacher you'll ever have. The problem is, most people refuse to listen. They keep repeating the same mistakes, hoping for different results, never realizing that time has been trying to show them the lesson all along. If you waste time ignoring your pain, it'll return louder. If you waste time chasing validation, it'll remind you what emptiness feels like. If you waste time trying to please everyone, time will show you how little it mattered in the end. Time is wise, brutally honest, but fair. It gives you what you need, not what you want. The question is, are you learning or just living? Because every experience, every failure, every delay is time whispering a truth. Grow through this, don't go through this. Look back for a second. Every setback that broke you once taught you something priceless later. Every heartbreak strengthened your boundaries. Every delay refined your patience. Every mistake made you wiser. If you can start viewing time not as your enemy but as your mentor, you'll stop resisting and start evolving. Remember, time doesn't test you to punish you. It tests you to prepare you. Chapter 18. The Law of Compound. Time. Small, consistent actions don't seem powerful until time multiplies them. That's the law of compound time. It's the secret the most successful people live by. 5 minutes of learning each day becomes wisdom in a year. 15 minutes of saving becomes wealth in a decade. 10 minutes of exercise becomes strength for a lifetime. Tiny efforts add up, because time rewards consistency more than intensity. We live in a world obsessed with quick results. But real transformation isn't built overnight. It's built over thousands of small, disciplined hours that no one else sees. Most people quit because progress feels invisible. But what they don't realize is that time is quietly compounding. One day, everything you did in private will show in public, as skill, as confidence, as mastery. So, don't underestimate small steps. Don't underestimate one good hour. Don't underestimate the power of showing up every single day. You can't cheat time, but you can cooperate with it. Remember, what you do daily defines what time will make of you. Chapter 19. Time and your future self. Picture yourself 10 years from now. Who do you see? What kind of life are they living? How do they speak, think, move, behave? Now realize this. That version of you doesn't appear magically. They're built from how you spend your time today. Your future self is watching your current habits, and every decision you make is shaping their life. When you waste time, they pay the price. When you use it well, they reap the rewards. Think about it. Your choices today echo through time. They decide the health, freedom, and peace of the person you'll become. So when you don't feel motivated, do it for your future self, the one who's counting on you. Because while others waste hours chasing pleasure, you'll be building something timeless, self-trust. You'll look back one day and realize that you didn't just spend your time, you invested it. Remember, your future self is built by how you spend your present. Chapter 20. The difference between spending and investing time. There are two kinds of people in this world: those who spend time and those who invest it. The ones who spend it live for short-term pleasure. The ones who invest it live for long-term purpose. Spending time feels good now, but investing time feels right forever. When you spend time, you consume. When you invest time, you create. The truth is, your results today are the outcome of your time habits yesterday. If you invest in learning, you gain wisdom. If you invest in health, you gain energy. If you invest in discipline, you gain freedom. Every hour is a seed. You're either planting or wasting it. So before you say yes to anything, ask yourself, is this time spent or time invested? That question alone can change your life, because everything changes when you treat your time like it's a treasure chest, not a trash bin. Remember, time spent entertains you. Time invested evolves you. As we move into the next part, you'll learn how to master presence, how to fully live in each moment so you stop chasing the next one. Because wisdom isn't found in having more time. It's found in using the time you already have with clarity, focus, and purpose. Chapter 21. The Art of Presence. You can't truly spend your time wisely if you're never fully in it. In today's world, most people aren't living. They're multitasking their existence. They're thinking about tomorrow while walking through today. They're scrolling through other people's lives instead of living their own. Presence is the rarest form of focus. It's the ability to be here, not lost in regrets of the past, not anxious about the future, but grounded in this very moment. When you are present, time slows down. The noise fades, clarity rises. You see details others overlook. You feel peace others chase. You experience life instead of racing through it. Presence turns ordinary moments into sacred ones. The coffee tastes richer, the conversation becomes deeper, the work feels meaningful. And here's the truth. You can't master time until you master attention. So start practicing presence. Put your phone down when you talk to someone. Eat without distractions. Walk without headphones. Focus on your breath for 60 seconds and watch the world change around you. When you learn to be where you are, you'll stop feeling like time is running away, because you'll finally catch up to it. Remember, presence doesn't give you more time. It lets you finally experience it. Chapter 22. The Value of Small Moments. Life isn't made up of big events. It's made up of small moments that most people overlook. The way you greet the morning. The way you pause to appreciate the sunset. The way you listen to a loved one. The way you choose patience over reaction. Those small moments, repeated daily, become the story of your life. People chase milestones. The big job, the perfect relationship, the grand success. But they miss the beauty hidden in the mundane. The truth is, your most meaningful memories often happen in the quiet in-betweens. In laughter between friends. In solitude after a long day. In moments where you stop doing and start being. Stop waiting for extraordinary moments. Start realizing that life is extraordinary when you're aware of it. When you slow down and appreciate the small, you're not wasting time. You're owning it. Remember, the small moments you ignore today are the big ones you'll miss tomorrow. Chapter 23. Time and gratitude. You can't talk about spending time wisely without talking about the emotion that multiplies it. Gratitude. Gratitude doesn't give you more hours in the day, but it makes the hours you have richer. When you start appreciating your time, you naturally start using it better. You stop chasing meaningless things. You stop comparing yourself to others. You stop taking moments for granted. Gratitude anchors you in what's real. It reminds you that this breath, this chance, this day is a gift. Try this. Each night before bed, reflect on 3 moments that made your day worthwhile. Not achievements, not possessions, moments, a laugh, a lesson, a pause. When you practice gratitude, you train your mind to see value where others see routine. And that shift alone changes how you spend your time, because time isn't just about what you do, it's about how you feel while doing it. Remember, gratitude doesn't add years to your life. It adds life to your years. Chapter 24. The power of intention. Every minute you live is shaped by one invisible force. Intention. Intention gives time direction. It transforms chaos into clarity. Without it, you drift. You wake up, go through the motions, and wonder where the day went. But with it, you live deliberately. You choose your pace, your focus, your energy. Intention is what turns an ordinary day into a meaningful one. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most on purpose. When you wake up, ask yourself, what is my intention for today? To grow, to create, to serve, to rest. That one question aligns your time with your purpose. Because when you live without intention, you spend time reacting. When you live with intention, you spend time creating. And creation, that's where fulfillment lives. Remember, without intention, time has no meaning. With it, every moment becomes sacred. Final message. If this audiobook spoke to you, if it awakened something inside, let me know in the comments. Which line hit you hardest? Which truth are you taking into tomorrow? And most importantly, what topic would you like to hear next? Because your growth is a journey, and your time is the canvas where your greatness is painted. Thank you for spending these moments with me. Now go, live deliberately, and make every second count. The end.